Good evening once again, anywhere you are hearing from. We are back on this channel on Dynamic Talk Show. As you all know, that on this channel we'll give you what you need to know about relationship, about life matters. And today, being the second day in the month of February, we appreciate God for this new month. And today we'll be having our guest in the house that we are bringing in person of Pastor ADEGBOYEGA ILORI. And today we'll be looking at the topic which says becoming money wise. We are going to hear more about this from Mr. ILORI. He's going to break it down for us, to give us more tips on this and how to go about it. Just join me when I welcome our guest for today. He's going to talk more about this topic. Thank you very much, Mr. ILORI. You're welcome.
Self-inflicted as a result of supply. Yeah, so I think it's supply is not demand. When supply is more than demand, what happens? Price goes up, because price always go in the direction of supply and the forces of demand and supply. Okay, price goes in the opposite direction of supply. Just take note of that. Those of you that are economics students. All right. So, ever since the government implemented certain forces or policies, they call it the twin forces or policies of devaluation of the naira and removal of fuel subsidy. It appears like there have not been peace in the Nigerian economic state. Okay, economy is terribly down. You don't know how far down the economy is until you drive through the popular streets in Lagos, Nigeria, where there used to be some industries, and those industries are no longer there. All right, and it's not only in the last 1 year. Those industries have not been there perhaps in the last 10, 15, 20 years. Okay, unfortunately, it appears like this government came, they're like a doctor that came to, the Tinubu government is like a surgeon that came to attend to a patient, a dying patient. And rather than put aesthetics, okay, and all other things in place, you took the patient straight to the theater and began to cut the patient open. That's what the Tinubu government did. Unfortunately, it's not a listening government. The government doesn't listen, and then they are also so arrogant in whatever it is they are doing that they feel that this is the right thing to do and we must do it anyway. Interesting, right? So that's how we found ourselves where we are. Okay, what's our GDP? What's the employment rate or unemployment rate? What is our exchange rate at the moment? How can naira, exchange for 700, 750 2 years ago, okay, and suddenly is exchanging for over 1,600 today? You see what we're saying? So the country's currency was terribly devalued, and government officials are willing to give excuses to justify what is not justifiable. But let's see how it all where it will all end. Let's see. But the truth of the matter is all the economic variables are not looking good. All right, you just need to go to the market. At least as a layman, you don't understand economics, you don't understand GDP and all those big economics tourenchi. At least you go to the market. You know what the market is saying. So they don't let anybody bamboozle you with political talk and say things are improving. How much is a bag of cement? How much is a bag of rice? I was asking someone in the market, I said, how come beans can't cost past rice? The The man responded, say, "Na so we see am o." Na so we see am o. So that is a quick overview of the Nigerian state. Okay, Nigerian economy at the moment, terribly not where it ought to be. Okay. Now, when there's no, when the economy is the way it is, naturally it will affect both the micro. Okay, when the macro, that's talking about economics at the national or the general level, then we now come to the micro, the individual and personal finances. Okay, so whatever happened at the macro level affect the micro. Whatever government policies are, it also affects individuals. That's what we're saying. Okay, putting it in a layman's language. So what you have or what you experience as an individual is that you have your income is small, okay, or your income is fixed. Let me put it that way, it's fixed. But what that income can buy, which is called the purchasing power, is very minimal. So purchasing power is low. Okay, so many people have very low purchasing power because you don't have much money in your hands. You can take 20,000 to the market and it will just buy only a few things. Before, if you take 20k to the market, your hands or your bags are full. It's no longer so. All right. So what it now means is individually one now has to look inwards. How can I make more money? Maybe you are listening to this program and you are self-employed. Okay? So you are not a salary earner. So if you are not a salary earner, the question will now be, okay, how can you increase your inflow? Your inflow is the volume of money that comes to you. Okay? If you are a salary earner listening to this program, you also would want to ask yourselves, the last time you were paid, for those who enjoy regular monthly salary, because some people, November salary has not been paid. Some people, December salary has not been paid. Maybe you don't know. There are companies that are paying salaries in arrears. Okay? But let's come to the normal. So salary is coming regularly. So that's the normal. Okay? However, you are in a state where the take home you earn is no longer taking you home, let alone bring you back to the office. Because outflow, money going out from your purse, is more than money that is coming in. So, if that is your situation, you need to also listen to this broadcast. Now, the third category is that you are earning reasonable amount of inflow or income. Okay, maybe you are self-employed or you are salary earner, but you now want to increase it to say, okay, how can I increase what I've been earning? Then this conversation also is for you. So you see that there's something for everyone. All right, our topic today is becoming money wise. So I'll take a very quick break, and when we come back, I'll continue the conversation. Just keep the dialogue there. I'll be back in a moment. Yes, welcome back. Yes. The music of Nathaniel Bassey in the track titled Jesus, yeah. Right, so if someone doesn't have a job, what is the way forward? How can someone who doesn't have a job also survive or make good money in an economy like this? Alright, so let me lay some things bare. Alright, money is a medium of exchange. That's what we were taught in economics. Alright, money is a medium of exchange. Okay? Some economists have also said that there's real money. Okay? There's invisible money. Okay? There's paper money, there's coin money. Okay? Your economics textbook will tell you types of money as coin, paper money. Okay? There's digital money. Okay? Money that you see on the system. Okay? That's what they call the digital money. Okay? They are not physical currencies like you carry naira all over the place or any other currencies of the world. Okay? Now, generally speaking, there are basic fundamentals that governs money. Okay? You need necessarily to work to earn money. Okay? But we also know that money can come to an individual as a gift. Okay? So it means someone else has worked and the person out of his own generosity decides to give you part of it. But what we're saying is there's a need for everyone to understand how to earn money and how to earn good money. Okay? Without necessarily being dependent on others. Generally, I've said it several times on this program in the past. In fact, when I used to run a blog at ADEGBOYEGA.com, I remember writing an article. It's one of the most read articles on my blog at that time. 3 areas where money is hidden. Okay? So, becoming money wise is about us understanding where money is hidden. Okay? Money often is hidden in talent. So, you need to, number one, identify what your talent is. Because when God created us, everybody that God has created, every living being has a talent. Everybody. There's an innate ability that you can, that I may not be able to. There are things I can do that you may not be able to. So, identify your own. There's nobody that doesn't have a talent. Nobody. And it's not about education. So don't give the excuse, they no send me go school. It's not about education. Being talented is not about education. Okay? I was reading about an artist I met some years back. He celebrated 40 years on stage recently. Okay, you probably will know who. And I was I was recalling the day I met him in the office of a client. So I was looking at this guy from the time he first appeared on the first private television station in Nigeria, where he was interviewed. How he couldn't construct English, he couldn't speak English. But the same artist that is celebrating 40 years on stage can speak, at least some reasonable amount of English language now. Okay? And as he celebrates 40 years on stage, one could see that he has achieved more than from where he started. Now, what brought him to where he is today is his talent. Talent. Okay? I am talking of none other than the man popularly called Bawasi. You know who? Pasuma Wonders. Many of you don't know that he's not just only a Nigerian citizen, he is also a US citizen. He has dual citizenship. But talent is what has brought him to that point, or to this point. So there's money in talent, but your talent can be raw. It has to be discovered, it has to be developed, and then it has to be deployed. That's the 3 Ds of purpose, or the 3 Ds of talent. Okay, you discover it, you develop it, and you deploy it. Now, you probably may be listening to this program, you have not even discovered it, you don't even know what talent you have. Money talent, sha. And does it even matter if you are an older person listening to this program? I'm 65. You know, what baffles me is that I meet people who are elderly or older, say 60 and above. And what you are thinking about is your departure. Why? You are thinking about departure. When they say life begins at 40. So if you are 50, it means that you are 10 years old. You know that life just started for you at 40. So 50 means you are 10 years, 60 means you are 20. And then at 60 or 65, you are already thinking about how you are going to move to the other side of life. Saying goodbye to planet Earth. Why are you thinking that way? That's why some people, oh God, you don't probably know that some people make more money in their older years than in their younger years. That's destiny for you. Fatai Rolling Dollars made more money in the last 10 years of his life before he died than what he made from the beginning. That's how some people's destiny is. Things may appear rough the first 50, 40 years of your life, and suddenly things will begin to take shape. So this conversation is beyond talk to the youth. I'm talking to the youth and talking to you, the elderly ones also listening to this program. You can be 70. What age was Abraham when God asked him to leave his father's house? He was 75. And see what happened to Abraham after he left his father's house at 75. Like asking a 75-year-old man to relocate out of Nigeria. That's what happened to Abraham, Genesis chapter 12. So, talent. Number one area where money is hidden. In your talent. Number two area where money also is hidden is in problems. As many problems as are there in Nigeria is an indication of the volume of money to be made in Nigeria. Now, the point is, how do you now identify where to make money? Because you can make legitimate money in Nigeria without stealing, without going into Yahoo Yahoo or Yahoo Plus or ritual killing. I was reading about the story of a Nigerian doctor that killed himself in the US. It's in the papers today. One of the national dailies. He killed himself. Now, he had wanted to kill his wife and 3 children. A doctor. As I was reading the story, what came to my mind is, this guy, something has happened to him. Okay, yes, he had issues with his wife. The case went to court, and the court decided that he should pay $15,000, as children's support for the children. He will be paying that. I think it was going to be monthly. Okay, and he took a gun, held his wife and children hostage. The time when the police arrived in the US, when he had the police siren, he shot himself. I say, he could have even killed the wife and the 3 children and killed himself, if not for God that saved those ones. But the point is, he probably is not in the right, thinking. his mind is already messed up. Okay, that's a doctor, one who should treat other people. Is the one that we are now even giving counsel to, even though it's late. What an irony. All right, so the point we are saying is there's a whole lot of money to be made, as much problem as there are in the Nigerian state. That's why many of our so-called wealthy people, okay, are playing big in certain industries. Last week Sunday, or was it 2 Sundays, I said something in passing. I said, have you observed that the so-called wealthy people in Nigeria, they only invest in certain areas? I'll tell you. And Boyega, all this that you are saying, are you also playing big? Well, I don't have the resources to play that big, but I know what to do if I have the resources. I know what to do. So which area are they playing big? So the point is, you need to understand Nigerian money. When I say Nigerian money, there's Nigerian money, there's Ghanaian money, there's US money, there's Canadian money. I'm not talking about the currency. Oh, I hope you are. I'm not talking about the currency. I'm saying that if you go to Ghana, look at the Ghanaian, the state called Ghana, the nation. What problems can you see? If you go to America, what problems can you see? Because, as I said, money is often hidden in the problems of every society. All right? People may desire to travel to the US, to UK, and all those advanced or developed countries, but you need to also understand that they have their own problems. Some of the problems they have in those nations are even more terrible here in Nigeria. All right? So, the Nigerian state has its own challenges. 1, insecurity. 2, massive unemployment. 3, leadership problem. Okay? What else? You can list it. There's also the problem of food shortage. The reason rice or beans and all those staple foods are selling for as high as they sell is because supply is smaller than demand. So there's more demand than supply. So what can we do? Increase the supply, and what will happen? Price will fall. Did you hear that the price of tomato fell some few days back because more tomatoes are now in the market? So what happened is, when the goods are more in the market, price falls. Any right-thinking government should think about how they will bombard the market with more supply so that price can fall. That's what we're saying. So, as you listen to this broadcast, what you now need to look at is, okay, what problems can I solve? Are you going to solve the problem of food? Because food is multidimensional. There is raw food, okay, there is processed food. Whichever kind of food you go into, there's money there in Nigeria. Raw food. So, you can decide, like a young man who used to be a banker did some years ago. You know, he resigned. He was working in a certain bank in Nigeria, somewhere on the island. And his colleagues were persuading him, why do you want to go now? He said, no. They didn't know that he has seen gold. So, while he was in the bank, he was borrowing money and buying trucks. So, he had some faithful people that were running that business for him while he was working in the bank. So they will take the truck to certain part of Nigeria to go and bring yam and all those staple fruits. Because one of the biggest problems of the farmers today in Nigeria is the problem of transportation. Problem of transportation, problem of storage. There are tomatoes lying all over the place in the farm. Pepper lying, wasting away because the farmers don't have storage. They don't have where to store. They've harvested. The same also with yam. The same with beans. Some don't even have money to pay transport to bring those commodities to Lagos and other, prominent cities in Nigeria. How about you going to play in that space? Providing transportation, even if you don't want to go into the business of selling yam. The young man went into it and he was selling yam. He will bring the yams, bring all those from different parts of the country, mostly from the north, and then he will come and sell here. Okay? In no time, he resigned from the bank, and then I think about 3 or so years thereafter, the bank downsized, and his colleagues started calling him to show them the way forward. Unfortunately, I heard that 1 or 2 of them became his staff. Okay? So, what we are saying is, you need to have eyes that see. That's what the Bible says. There's eyes that see. It was Ellen Keller who said that the greatest form of visual impairment is not able to see. Is not being able to see physically, but where your inner eye is also not seeing. Okay? And everybody has that inner eye, but how we use it is what we're saying. Okay? You may be seeing problems all over Nigeria, but do you know that as much as those problems exist, so there are also opportunities? That's what we're saying. Okay? There are also opportunities. And it is those opportunities we need to focus our energy on. Otherwise, you get weared out. You wear yourself out if you continue to lament and complain about what you cannot change. You can't change the state of the policies of this present government that doesn't listen to anybody's counsel. But they will listen in the next 2 years when it is time for election. And that's when they will bring out the money and some palliatives and start giving you 1 cup of rice or 2 cups of rice, branded with their party logo. Kai. Interesting. So, money is often hidden in talent and in problems. What problem do you want to solve? It doesn't matter where you live or which area you live. There is a problem even in your community that you can solve that can give you money. It doesn't matter. Imagine the house where you live, or the community where you live, they want to sell a land, and you've seen land for sale. Have you thought about you calling someone to say, there's a land that they want to sell? First, you go and discuss with the owner of the land. I can get buyer for you. So, what will be my commission? Say, oh, not a problem, I give you 5%. Or I give you 3%. So, in the process of you connecting buyer and seller together, when the deal clicks, you take your 3% or your 5%. Do you see that you are becoming money wise? There's a problem there. The man who wants to sell is looking for buyer. He doesn't know where the buyer is. You have made effort to look for the buyer. And then you now connect buyer and seller, and then you make your money. That's what we're saying. You solved the problem already. So, there's more. They now do all kinds of rice. So, what we popularly will buy at the regular or the popular fast food will be jollof rice and fried rice. Okay? But you now go, you'll be seeing village rice. You'll be seeing kinekon rice. You'll be seeing honey rice. You'll be seeing sugar rice. So it's the same rice, but they are, the way they prepare it and the things they include in it is different. Innovation. There's money in innovation. There's a young lady. Well, is she really young? Because her daughter is grown. A regular listener of this program who lives somewhere in Igbobo, in Ikorodu. So she did some experiments with beans. She told me the story of how, people come from other states in Nigeria to Igbobo in Ikorodu to buy beans, cooked beans, because she added some things to the beans. So it's not the normal beans. She said if she finished cooking, oh God, maybe I should get your address, She has invited me to come and taste the beans too. Miss ADEGBOYEGA, when are you coming? Just come. She said when she finished cooking before she finished cooking the beans, people are already waiting. Beans. Because she went to YouTube, look at some things that some people have done. Then she now went to market and started buying some seasonings, and then she was doing some, she did so many things. In the process, she got the formula that she's using now. Nobody else has that formula. And once you taste the beans, see, the man ate it and said, I'm from Delta State, but anytime I come to Lagos, I will come and buy beans here. And that's what the man has been doing for, according to her, for more than a year. Just beans. So money is hidden in talent, is hidden in what? Problems, and is also hidden in innovation. Oh my God, 14 minutes gone past 6 o'clock. Time is not our friend again as usual. So what we're saying generally, there are conventional ways of making money. And there are non-conventional ways of making money. The conventional ways of making money. You work, you earn. It can be direct or indirect earning. Okay, you can have multiple streams of income. Okay, those are the conventional ways. But there are also non-conventional ways, which is what I'm talking about now. In you looking inwards, what can you do differently? Do you know that was what Captain Sander did, the man who owns KFC? He retired from the military in the US and he started frying chicken. Okay, and he said he wanted his chicken to taste different. 65 years old. He left the US military and started frying chicken. If you want to do that here in Nigeria, maybe some people will say, why? Now why should you be frying chicken? But see KFC in so many countries all over the world. Our thinking sometimes is what causes our limitation. So, non-conventional ways of making money. Factors that determine the volume of money you earn, but there's no time. Should we postpone this one, or I should just keep it completely? Non-conventional ways of making money. There's the blue ocean. There's the red ocean. Many times when people want to invest in Nigeria, they go and invest in the red ocean, where there are already so many people and it's already saturated. How about, creating a niche for yourself in an area that is not popular? Everybody is running a school. Nursery, primary, secondary. How about running a school that is totally different from the conventional? Interesting. When I say non-conventional, I'm saying that it's unusual. Okay, unusual line of business. There's a young man. Is he young? Well, not a young man. There's a man close to my estate. 2 weeks ago, I saw him constructing a table. I was I'm a very observant person. I'm very, very observant. So I saw him constructing a table. And I was wondering, what does he want to do? So he now constructed a table and put so many sockets inside it. Okay? So apparently he wanted people to be patronizing him to charge their phones. So one afternoon I came home early, and as I was walking into the estate, I saw that there are quite a number of people that patronize him. He put a generator close by and he turned on the generator, and people were patronizing him to charge their phones. Okay, you say, oh, how much will he get from that? I don't know how much he charges, but I can even ask him. I will ask him and say, how much do you collect from people for charging their phones? So he probably has observed that many people around that area don't have a place to charge their phones. So he created a solution to a common problem. That's what we are saying. He created a solution to a common problem. Anyhow, at least he will make money for petrol, because he is going to use petrol to run his gen, and he will make additional money into his purse also. So those are non-conventional ways of making money. Do you know that some people make money from the government even from non-conventional ways? Some people act as informant to the government, to security agents. Are you aware of that? And not be for free. The government budget for security. Who are the people collecting that money? Is it every year government is buying guns and okay. Interesting. All right. 19 minutes gone past 6 o'clock. Okay, I'll take a break. Let's take a break. Let's take a quick break. When I come back, I'll share more. Just keep the dial locked here. Just keep it locked here. Is your business registered with Corporate Affairs Commission? There are many benefits of registering your business, among which are: 1. Your business is formally recognized as an entity. 2. You can operate bank accounts in the business name. 3. You can relate with other local and international organizations as an entity, and many more benefits. To register your business, whether business name or limited liability or NGO, contact Ekima Consult on 070 67 432 447.
Wanna make love on the moon, dancing to my tunes. Is it too much? It's not too much. I wanna be a forest, the wishes were horses. Is it too much? It's not too much. If I want money, me, I do what I got to say. If I want money, me, I'm all by my shoulder, I'm all by my foya, I'm all money, me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, yeah, yeah. Anybody, I said I know, Lori made you, oh yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire, yeah. I wanna wake up in a Lamborghini. I want to fly for Santorini, make bonito Sicily. Oh, yeah, yeah. If I want money, me, do what I got to say. If I want money, me, I'm all by my shoulder, I'm all by my foya, I'm all money, me. Yeah, yeah. I wanna be a billionaire,
That was the music of Tenny in the track titled Billionaire. Right? Yes, if you just tune in, the program is Sincerely Men, the station Top Radio 90.9 FM, broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria. My name is ADEGBOYEGA, ILORI, your regular host on this program. Alright, 24 minutes gone past 6 o'clock. Time is not our friend. If you have questions or contributions, feel free to send your text messages to the following numbers. Alright, the studio SMS line is 0810-713-7559. Send your text messages quickly. The SMS line is 0810-713-7559. Alright, so I was going to tell us that the most of the wealthy and the rich in Nigeria, they often invest in the line of daily needs, right? Especially some of those that have been classified as the first 3 richest men in Nigeria. You know them, you know their names. You just had Tenny now. Okay. These men often invest in everyday needs. Okay. What are those things that people need on a daily basis? Okay. Food. Quite very good. Whether it's raw or processed food.
Thank you, Mr.
Petrol. Okay.
Thank you.
People buy petrol every day. It's one business that you can't go broke, but you can go bankrupt if care is not taken. Because there are so many interplay of forces, you know, in the oil and gas industry. But it's a good business for those who do it and they do it well. All right. How about cement? People build houses every day. Okay. How about blocks? I'm talking about blocks for building houses. Even ice block. Do you know people make a fortune selling ice block? If you live in a community where electricity is regular, do you know you can make money selling ice block? You are on band A. You are paying exorbitantly for electricity. If the electricity is regular and you have it regularly, what can you do to utilize that electricity to make money rather than continue to pay money for band A, okay, and you are not making use of the opportunity of the regular source of power supply?
Thank you.
It's a different ball game. Some people are on band A and they hardly have light for 5 hours. Those are abnormal situations in Nigeria. Those are abnormal. What I'm saying is, just as God asked Moses, what is in your hands? As you listen to this broadcast, what is in you? What do you have that you can use to make money? That's what I'm saying. You live in a community or in an area or in a house where electricity is regular, and you are not thinking about how can we use this light to make money. Oh my God. See, all of you that are going to start your businesses from this moment, from what I'm going to be sharing with you for some Sundays in this February, you owe me 5%. I don't want to take 10% of the money you make. I'll send my bank account details to you. Just pay me 5% only. And pay 10% to God. Give me 5%. I'm being fair now, Abi. Because you are paying for free information that you are not paying, that you are not struggling to get. Maybe you don't know that people pay for what I'm sharing. You don't know. Okay. So I was going to tell us, I have more to say on what I'm saying now, but you see, time is one of the greatest challenge on this program. Time. Maybe I should leave this one a bit. These factors that determine volume of money you earn, there are just about 7 of them. 629 already. Okay. So these people, or let me put it this way, just generally look at, what problems you want to solve. Okay? Some people want to solve problem of transportation, so they invest in motorcycle, okay, mini buses, popularly called korokwe, or standard buses, okay, or luxurious buses for those who run interstate. You are solving transportation problem, and there's money in transportation. You just have to make up your mind to be able to confront the agberos if you are running intracity or intercity transport. Intracity meaning transport within the state. Inter, from one state to the other. Intracity, there's a lot of money that you can make just moving from Korodu to Oyingbo every day. To and fro. So, there are conventional ways of making money. There are non-conventional ways which can be situational or circumstantial. Okay? Legitimate ways of making money without going into ritual killings. The person will don't do juju for you to make money. Why he no do the juju make him make more money? I mean, no need money. You see, sometimes people are not thinking. Somebody asks you to go and bring you, to go and kill your girlfriend or kill your wife and bring, an organ inside your wife or your mother or your father so they can use it to make money wealth or money juju for you. Why is he not also doing the same? Oh God. Eh? Ignorance is a very deadly disease. Very deadly. Okay. Do you have eye for visible money, or you have eye for invisible money? If you have eye for invisible money, you make more money. The first time I was in the United States of America some years back, I just stood in one place. I was just thinking. And the person who was my tour guide came and said, what are you thinking? I said, I've just been reflecting on so many things. I now mentioned one or two things. Say, you have eye for money. I said, I'm already seeing it. So, the US, particularly the state I went then, is not a place where you sell skirts. Because most of the ladies I see, they were mostly in trousers, which is popularly called pants. It's a cold environment. So you don't take skirts to US to go and sell. The person laughed and said, would you earn kosha? I said, yes, I'm very observant. Why don't you go to the airport and look at people coming in, people going? The other day, they said a US-bound plane came back to Nigeria, and I read in the papers the total number of passengers. I said, I thought that flight money has gone up. So all these people paid over 2 million for flight tickets. And they are flying to the US. Now, the new US president that is just about 12 days old in office is already scattering the whole place. He wants to deport 3,600 and something, 49 or 59 Nigerians who don't have regular paper. And my heart has been skipping for my friends and some close people that traveled recently, selling all their properties. Otitale, Otale, Utamoto. Then you now get to the US, they say they now deport it. Can you imagine that trauma? Where are they going to start from? You have said goodbye to everybody here, and then they now say they deport you. Somebody said such people will not even come to the same state. They will just go and stay in one quiet place, maybe in Ibadan or in Akure, where nobody will know that you are already back in Nigeria. Terrible. Terrible. But what I know for sure is that some measure of reasoning will still prevail in America. Most of the people who do menial jobs are the same people who are not documented. So Americans don't want to do certain types of job. The people who can do it are the ones you are deporting. So a time will come, America will regret what they are trying to do now. It will affect them. The time is coming. You will see it. All right? You don't... I'm not saying that it is right to go and live in somebody's country without proper document. But what we are saying is, I think that people should be properly profiled. Okay? There should be proper profiling of immigrants and not just make a blanket policy. Okay, let's leave America alone. So what are those factors? Factors that determine volume of money that comes to you. Okay, let me use the next 2-3 minutes to share some things. All right. Number one is your personality. What kind of personality do you have? Are you an introvert or you an extrovert? You know, introverts find it hard talking to other people. They don't relate, freely. They keep to themselves the more. That's why 90% of ladies that are matured and yet to marry, they fall into this category. They are introverts. So when people come to me and say, oh, I'm looking for husband, I'm looking for spouse, I start asking questions. And in the process, I realize that they are introverts. All right? Is it bad to be an introvert? It's not wrong. It's not bad. But you see, you need to manage your personality properly so that it doesn't bring you to a disadvantaged position. All right? So, there are certain things introverts can do well, and there are certain things extroverts also can do very well. When it comes to making money, if you're an introvert and you run your own business, there's every tendency that you may have the challenge of selling. Because you are not a people person, you keep to yourself. Same way you also keep the information about what you sell or what you do to yourself. You won't be able to talk. But extroverts are totally different. They make more friends. So if you're an extrovert, you can run your own business. You can do marketing. But go and employ an introvert as a marketer. He will go around and around the whole of Lagos and say nobody is buying what he or she has to sell because you are not talking. You are not friendly. You see how our personality influences the volume of money that flows to us. That's number one. Number two, extent of money, wisdom, and knowledge that you have. Not many people have knowledge or wisdom about money. Making money, managing money, multiplying money. There's skill behind it. There's knowledge you need to acquire. Right? There's knowledge behind it. Number three, risk appetite. What's your risk appetite like? Some people are risk averters. They don't like risk. Forgetting that life itself is a risk. Life itself is a risk. So, most of the celebrated billionaires and big men in our nation and anywhere in the world, they are risk takers. They take risk. Before Dr. Mike Adenuga is being celebrated today, do you know he once lost huge sums of money to Telecom's license before he got the one for Glo? Do you know? They are risk takers. And the funds were borrowed funds. You go and borrow money in several millions of dollars and it goes down the drain. It's enough to make somebody go mad. But these men won't go mad because they understand that person will go chop meat way they as big as elephant must also have knife, several types of knives. So your risk appetite level, very important. Number 4, the level of your enterprise. Not many people are enterprising. All right, some people are good with civil service, civil servant, just carrying file from one office to the other and moving from level 1 to level 10 in 20 years. Some people, that's their nature. Okay? They are not interested in enterprise. Their nature is to do office work, receive telephone, attend meeting, move from office to office. But you see, the truth of the matter is nobody makes real money. Nobody makes good money. Working in an office and running on the cadre, especially as a civil servant. If you work as a civil servant for 30 years, how much will your gratuity and pension be? But do you know you can make that gratuity and pension within 1 month? Okay. All right, let's leave it there. Boyega, but all of us cannot be in private sector now. Some people will have to work in public. I know. I'm just saying. Maybe we are talking about level of income that can flow towards you. The way I've seen it, you can approach finances with a teacup or with a cup, with a teaspoon, with a cup, or you go with a tanker. It depends on what you want to make. It depends on your goal in life. All right? Factors that determine volume of money you earn. Number 5, hunger for money and success. How hungry are you for money? But is it not dangerous for one to be hungry for money? And success. That's why people make, do all sort of things. They do rituals so that they can make. No, that's not what we are saying. See, if you make money from rituals, your life span will be cut short. Because Satan doesn't give anything without taking something back from you. Okay? Check the people who make money from those other sources. They don't live long. But how beautiful is it that you make good money and you live long to enjoy it and impact people's lives? That's how it ought to be. Not that you make money and they tell you have only 10 years to live. Sure on here. All right. Number 6 now, right? The skills you acquired or gained can also determine the volume of money that comes to you. Especially if you learn a skill that is not popular, a skill that is not common. And then finally, ventures that you go in. Okay, some people don't want to venture because they don't want to take risk. All right, so that's the much I can share. That's the much I can share. Time no day my side at all. 17.
Thank you, Mr. ADEGBOYEGA. I will really appreciate your time on this show. You have already done a big justice to this subject matter, becoming money wise. And out of the point that you mentioned, for us to know that there is money in talent. When you build a talent, there's money. You realize a lot of money in raw talent. Try to do something on yourself, something new. You understand? You mentioned something about solving a problem. Try to solve a problem. By solving a problem, you will make something for yourself. Look around your side, what is going on, what people are facing, the challenges they are facing, and now think outside the box that, okay, how can you find solution to this problem? And from there, you make something. Also, it talks about innovation. Think something new. Not always that you'll be doing what people are doing or what others are doing. Think about something that people are yet to do. Of course, you will be the one that will start it. That is what he's saying. I really appreciate this topic. Yeah, you need to think that what can you do differently, from what others has been doing. Even the business that you are into today is someone that started it. Don't forget about that. It has been in existence over years. But for you now joining now think, how can you do it differently? Apart from how people have been doing it, that is what will make you to be exceptional in your own area. People will not look at it that, now this kind of business, we have been doing it, but you are doing it differently. What did you add to it? You understand? Yeah, there's money in innovation, in talent, solving problems. You need to think about that in this year. Mr. ADEGBOYEGA, once again, we appreciate your time and we thank you sincerely, man. And we hope that at least next time when we'll be bringing you on board, you will also be available for us to give us more tips about relationship, about life matters, about business, financial. Thank you, Mr. ADEGBOYEGA. All right, to all our listeners, until we'll be back next week, by God's grace, I still encourage you to not lose hope, have trust and believe in yourself that you can do it. Think outside the box. What else can you do? How can you do it differently? And with this, there will be a result for you. Thank you very much. Once again, my name remains Israel Oluwanishe, the host on Dynamic Talk Show. Thank you very much. Today is 2nd of February. Until we meet again, enjoy yourself. Bye for now.
I will never go back to the wall. Never go back to I will never go back to the wall anymore. I will never
Go back to the wall. Go back to
I will
the wall.
never
Go back to the wall anymore. Go back to
I
the
will
wall.
never
Go back to the wall.
I will never.
Go back to the wall anymore.
Sometimes ago, I was dwelling in sins. Things of this world has covered my sense. Then Jesus came and spoke to my sense. Now I have life, my freedom and my sense. Sometimes ago, I was dwelling in sins. Things of this world has covered my sense. Then Jesus came and spoke to my sense. Now I have life, my freedom and my sense. Hey,
Go back to the wall.
I will never,
Go back to the wall.
never,
Go back to the wall anymore.
I will never, yeah.
Go back to